7 reasons not to date a broke man. Hello and welcome to CHENGI'S world. I am Chengi and you, my very precious one, I'm my world. Welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. Thank you for just subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting. And if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment and hit that notification bell so you are informed every single time I upload a video. Okie dokie. So some of you know me as the girl who doesn't ascribe to chasing men for money, right? I am very anti the idea of making a man your business plan, making a man a financial plan. It's not fair on him. It's a foolhardy way of looking at life. And basically, it's not something that I believe a woman should chase a man for. However, I believe that in the time that I have said these things, that I've also, it would be irresponsible of me and out of balance for me to give women the impression that a broke guy is better. Okay, a broke guy is just just as bad as being with somebody for their money. You have to look. Everything is about balance because everything has repercussions. A broke man is broke for a reason, and often our finances reflect who we are. Okay, that is not to say that people don't hit hard breaks. So if you're dating a guy and he had it all together and all of a sudden he loses what he had and he needs you to step in and help out or stick with him, by all means do so, because you know his potential, you know you met him when he had it, you know that he's taken a risk and that risk has kind of gone a bit pear-shaped, and you know that he will recover because he had it in him in the beginning. But it's about a guy that you meet at a point where he has nothing. Why should you not date this guy? Okay, I will tell you. Point number 1, because you will stop respecting him. You see, respect is what we give to the person who provides, the provider, the one that is making things possible, the one that is providing the roof, the one that is providing the money, the one that is providing the livelihood of another person. The moment you start to date a broke guy, you are gonna be tempted to give him some money or give him something to help him along or take him in or whatever you will be tempted to do. And what happens is that you will start to want the respect in the relationship. You won't see it coming. You won't be intentional about it. You won't be thinking, right, tables have turned, I need the respect. But you will want it. And when that respect is not on the table, you turn him into your woman. You turn him and the relationship becomes very toxic, because even when a man doesn't have money, he still desires to be respected. He still craves the respect of a woman. And so most self-respecting men won't even date until they have their money together. But some will date because they want to satisfy their sexual needs, and if they find somebody who's prepared to put up with it, then they will do so. So you will create toxicity in that relationship. Number 2, broke men want to bed you quickly. They want to sleep with you quickly. The reason they want to sleep with you quickly and pressure you into the bedroom real quick is because they cannot afford to entertain you long term. They cannot afford to take you on amazing dates. They cannot afford to splurge on you and entertain you and win you. They just simply cannot afford it. So they take you on the first date and they're already trying to get into your knickers. They're already, because they know that once you have sex, then all entertainment becomes indoors. You're gonna have great sex because they're really good at that for some reason. I guess they've got more than enough time to focus on that. You're now indoors and all play happens in the bedroom. And you will find that if you dated a broke guy or you're dating a broke guy, that the last time you went on a date was like, never. Okay. He will make sure that all activities are indoors, mainly at your house, because of course you're gonna have to do the shopping. So if you want a high value man that has enough money to date, who's successful, he's not going to be rushing it. Of course, he's a man and he's going to want to have sex with you, like standard issue. But he's not going to push for it. He's got tons of women anyway who are ready to throw it at him anyway. If he's dating you, he's going to want to court you. He's going to want to make the effort so that when he gets that prize, he's earned it, right? He can afford to take you on an amazing dates without putting any pressure on you for sex. So that's one of those things. And number 3, a broke guy who has any kind of self-respect is not going to be able to give you all his time and attention, because he's going to be running around trying to make a buck. He's going to be working 2 jobs. He's going to be doing all these things. So you are going to feel neglected. A man who hasn't got much in the way of means cannot really give you his attention, because men are wired to provide. So if he cannot provide, he is going to seek a way to provide, even if he has to work 10 jobs to do that. So you're going to find yourself feeling very neglected. Okay. Number 4, he is likely to cheat on you. I know this is not true of all broke men, but the risks of a man actually cheating on you are a lot higher if he is broke. Here's why. Because he's in a situation with you where he can't present as a grown man. He can't present in his show up in his provider, protector space, because you're obviously out of his league and he just can't show up for you like that. So eventually the dynamic that I spoke about in point number 1, what begins to happen there is that he starts to look for a woman who is more on his level, who is gonna look at him like a man when he buys her a burger or takes her to a decent restaurant. She's gonna be like, oh my God, he's amazing. You know, and he craves that respect and adoration. So he will normally, you know, sometimes, so that's why you have women that are like, after all I did for you, I looked out for you, I gave you this and I protected and I gave you a home and this is what you do to me. Yes, that is what he does to you, because he is not getting that level of adoration from you, because you know his situation, because you've stopped respecting him. How can you respect him when you're the one doing everything? Okay, so when you date a broke guy, you are more likely to be cheated on. That is not to say that very rich guys don't cheat or that successful men don't cheat. I'm saying that the likelihood of that happening, because sometimes you think after all I've done, he's going to be loyal to me, he's going to be faithful to me. Not necessarily. Okay, number 5. He will need your time and energy, right? A broke guy is gonna require time and energy to get himself together. Now, if you're a woman on purpose and you have things that you're building a business, you're building an empire, you're doing, helping, whatever you are doing, you don't have time to take your energy away from your purpose onto his. But you will find that for him to even get it together, you're gonna have to take some energy from what you're doing and redirect it to him. And so therefore, it's not a good idea. You want a man who's got his stuff together, who's got himself sorted. And yes, you can come into his life, amplify it by giving ideas and maybe lending a skill or two to help him out with something that is already off the ground, already doing well. You don't want to be in a situation where you're taking focus off what you are doing in order to heavy lift on the other side. And that's what he will want. He won't want you to just help him so that one day, you know, he will marry you when he succeeds. He's gonna want somebody who's gonna help him to succeed. So if you're gonna be sitting around doing, oh, one day you're gonna succeed, honey, he will dump you when he does succeed, because he wants somebody who will help him succeed. And there's no guarantee that he'll stick around after you have helped him. Okay, number 6, when you date a broke guy, usually friends and family are gonna know that, I don't know. So there's gonna be a bit of pressure. There's gonna be pressure from family saying, you can do better. Friends doing, come on girl, you can do better. And constantly having to deal with that pressure. Now, we all like to think we don't care what anybody thinks as long as we're in love, but we kind of do. We kind of do when it's at the family barbecue and you bring your man, that you're not going to have to spend all day trying to make people not look at him with a side eye. Or, you know, you want your man to be respected as well. So those kind of things come when a guy's broke, because they know that he's driving your car, they know that he is living in your house, they know that you are financing him. Okay, so he can't pull the wool over their eyes in the same way. And number 7, it's very difficult for him to fit in to your social cycles. So, you know, when a man is feeling broke and his energy is low, and then you take him to the places, maybe your workplace or the places that you like to be entertained, he doesn't feel comfortable, because even if he does pay for dinner, even if he does kind of, you know, do the payment or whatever, he's stretched, he feels uncomfortable in the company of people who probably have a lot of money or who are successful and doing well. So he makes for a terrible escort. You know, I dated a guy once, and we went to a really, you know, the kind of circles that I sort of hang out in. You know, we went to a dinner, you know, in central London at a private members club, and you know, he just couldn't handle the la-di-da crowd. I mean, they're not my favorite people either, but you know, I was there for the love of somebody who was, you know, the birthday of a special person, and you know, he just couldn't handle the la-di-da stuff, so he just went and got drunk, and you know, he came back, you know, totally drunk. And you know, I knew it's because he was struggling, because at the time things were not great and he didn't feel like he belonged. So they don't make for good escorts. So all round, I know sometimes they're just so wonderful, deep, thoughtful, kind people, but you always have to choose yourself first, lady. Always choose you first. And if those of you who follow me on my Instagram and Facebook will have seen a video, that would have seen the meme that I put up saying, always choose yourself first, choose your happiness, choose your standards, choose the relationship you want and the things that make you happy first, because we don't have the time to waste on some guy in the hope that one day he'll get it together. A man that wants to get it together will get it together. Okay, so with that in mind, I hope this video was helpful and that you now understand why it's not a good idea to date a guy that's broke. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye now.